Well, hello, I am Kevin John, and thank you for joining me for this ABC10 Plus special, taking a look at high school football in the Sac-Joaquin section. We're going to look back at some of the biggest games and key plays from the fourth week of the season. We'll get things started looking ahead to this upcoming week's action with a big, and I mean big-time league matchup between Folsom and Rocklin. Here's Matt George with the preview.
Our guys are going to fight all four quarters, and we're looking for an upset.
League play has arrived in the Sac-Joaquin section, and all eyes turn to what many consider to be the top league in Northern California, the Sierra Foothill League, or SFL. That includes the Rocklin Thunder, who always have their eye on when they'll get the chance to take on top dog Folsom.
Folsom's a great program. They got a great team. They're very well coached, but I'm very confident. I feel like Coach Bochy, Coach Kenny, and along with our other staff members, they've done a great job getting our schemes together and getting us ready to go.
We're pretty excited. We always love the challenge. We love playing people that test us and our capabilities, so it's exciting.
To be the best, you have to beat the best, and the Bulldogs don't wait around for league play. They intentionally give themselves one of the hardest preseasons possible, taking on some of the top teams in the state.
Mission Viejo is like one of the best teams in the country. Sarah, Grant,
I feel like if we're playing easy competition throughout the whole year, then we go play playoffs or even in the state game, it's going to be hard because we're not going to be ready.
Now we're used to playing competitive football games.
Every season brings adversity. The Rocklin Thunder are without their longtime head coach Jason Adams, who is currently on administrative leave. Tim Kelly has taken control in the interim and is proud of the resiliency of his team.
The great part about football, right, is it teaches a lot of life lessons. And so, there's lots of distractions, there's lots of adversity, and that just teaches you how to work through it and be resilient. And our guys have done that, and nothing has changed this week. Nothing has changed last week. We're just sticking to the standing operating procedure, and then we'll go execute on Friday.
Meanwhile, Folsom is battling injuries, including one that kept star quarterback Ryder Lyons out of last week's game. As of now, Lyons is a game-time decision for Friday night. In the meantime, junior quarterback Brody Rudnicki has stepped up and taken ownership of the QB responsibilities.
Ryder is off the charts. He's as good as it gets in the whole country. He's the number one quarterback in the country, no doubt. And for him to support Brody as much as he does, and for Brody to be the caliber of player that he is, and he's throw for throw with Ryder, step for step with Ryder. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows it. Those guys are incredible.
Well, the Thunder have an incredible quarterback of their own in senior Reeve Sloan, who shared the advantage that Rocklin has going into Friday's game.
Just like the bond, I feel like there's no division in our junior and senior class. All of us have each other's back, so it's going to be a good one for sure.
The Thunder also have home field advantage, but the Bulldogs love to face opposing crowds on the road.
I love playing away because, it just gives me so much more energy with the different fans. And how they get really into the game, they kind of quiet down towards the end.
Ooh, should be a good one out there in Rocklin. Now, ABC10 is looking forward to being out there Friday night. And for those who missed out in last week's action, no need to worry because we always got your back. Here's a look at last week's highlights, starting with St. Mary's and Oak Ridge.
Hard to believe we're already at week 4 of the high school football season, and yet for the Oak Ridge Trojans, they have yet to play a home game until now. After 2 straight games in Southern California and a bye week, the Trojans host a juggernaut from the 209, the 3-0 St. Mary's Rams. There's always an extra special energy when you're playing on your own turf in front of your home crowd. Oak Ridge already has one of the best home field advantages in the section, and they also have a multi-time national champion and reigning state champion cheer squad at their back. Every little advantage matters when playing a team like St. Mary's, and right away, this game lived up to the hype. Buckle up, people. After a massive kickoff return, junior Isaac Pierce catches a pass from fellow junior and quarterback Nick Johnson. Pierce fights his way to the goal line and right before getting into the end zone has the ball stripped away. But senior Jason Womack is there to dive on it and secure 6 points for the Trojans. Now it's the Rams' turn to answer, and quarterback Jaden Galvin airs one out deep to fellow senior Moses Alexander, who pulls it down for the huge gain. That sets up St. Mary's first touchdown of the game, caught by Ivan Huerta. We're all tied at 7. Next drive for the Trojans. They march all the way down the field, and Nick Johnson calls his own number, finding a hole in the defense and rushing in for the score. As you could see, there were plenty of stars shining on the field, nearly as bright as the ozone. They know how to party up there in El Dorado Hills. But once again, the student section was silenced by the Rams going deep. Jaden Galvin hits Ivan Huerta again wide open over the middle of the field, and there's nothing but late summer air between him and the end zone. At this point, Oak Ridge was tired of getting beat by the deep pass, so they gave St. Mary's a piece of their own medicine. Isaac Pierce blows by his defender, and this is the kind of touchdown pass that you practice in the schoolyard as a kid. All of these huge plays, and my friends, this was all in just the first quarter. As the game went on, Oak Ridge slowly pulled away. They end the night victorious in their home opener, handing St. Mary's their first loss of the season, 56-35. After the game, I caught up with the man of the night, Isaac Pierce, who said he had a feeling tonight would be special.
We had good energy in the locker room coming in. It was a good week of practice, going full speed. Coach Taylor believed in me. I talked to my coaches before, my receiver coaches, Coach Mercado and Coach Strutz. They told me, this is your game to put yourself on the map.
Congratulations to the Trojans. They're good stuff out there, Matt. All right. Well, it was just a week ago when Folsom caught their first L of the season after being upended by Mission Viejo. So everyone is wondering, how will Folsom bounce back this week? Well, the short answer to that, with a vengeance. Home opener for Folsom this season, and check this out. During halftime, Rider Lions and Big Vlad are presented with Navy All-American honors. Bulldogs hosting Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep out of San Francisco. And just sit back, relax, and watch Jamison Powell make the opposing team look like the Three Stooges. Powell, just a freak whenever the ball is in his hands. 77-yard touchdown, catch and run. Also, shout out to Brody Rudnicki for the pass. And how about that Folsom defense later in the third? Dylan Wolf says, not in my house, playa, as he steps in front of that for the pick six. This game, all Bulldogs. Hey, 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 hey. They go on to annihilate Sacred Heart 49-7. Folsom moves to 3-1 on the season. Now, staying in Folsom, the Vista del Lago Eagles are anxious to get back in the win column after losing their last two games. But no victory ever comes easy when you're going against those Oakdale Mustangs. We're heading to the campus of Vista del Lago High School. The Oakdale Mustangs traveling roughly 100 miles to be there. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter. Vista ball, Christian Chavez with the dart. And look at the one-handed catch by Cal Renz. Oh, you fancy, huh? But Oakdale would clap back in a major way. Now here in the second quarter, Chase Lopez takes the handoff, and just like a teenager running home on a Friday night to make curfew, Lopez is gonna run this all the way to the house. 83 yards to La Casa. And Oakdale was just warming up, y'all. Now later in the quarter, Mustangs back in the red zone. Wes Buford takes the snap, and Wes just refuses to go down as he gets this one in for the touchdown. To all the kids watching, that's how you finish a run. Oakdale goes on to upend Vista del Lago 49-17. The Mustangs move to 3-1 on the season. Next, we're heading to Antelope, home of one of the funkiest bands in the world. I mean, forget the game. I could just listen to them play all night. Titans hosting the Placer Hillmen out of Auburn. We'll pick it up in the third quarter. Placer ball. Liam Grant hits Keelan Beveridge, who's thirsty for some yak. He picks up a nice chunk of yardage. Later on the play, Danny Sanchez-Harlow takes the handoff, and he reaches pay dirt. Placer up 24-0 at this time. But give credit to Antelope. They refuse to go down. Later in the third, Titans on defense. Watch Angelo Luopa come flying in to get the interception. Great play by Angelo there. Great name, too. But Placer goes on to win this one 31-0. The Hillmen move to 2-2 on the season. Next, let's head to Roseville for the good old Junction Bowl, also known as the Battle of Roseville. The Woodcreek Timberwolves hosting the Roseville Tigers, a battle of two undefeated teams. We'll pick this one up in the first quarter. Woodcreek ball. Josiah Melendez throws a dart to Trace Murchison, and grab your Lysol wipes because this catch and run was funky. Murchison nearly takes us the distance before he's finally brought down. He lets everyone know he got the first down. Later on the drive, Murchison puts the exclamation point on it. Many have tried to keep him out the end zone, but few have succeeded. He takes us in for the touchdown, and just like that, it's 7-3 Woodcreek. Now later in the second quarter, check out this play, y'all. Woodcreek backed up in their own end zone, and look at the arm strength of Melendez as he chucks this down the field. And who else but Murchison to catch it? You gotta be kidding me. Man, these two are so much fun to watch. They are a better duo than Montana and Rice. Yeah, I said it. The Timberwolves go on to win this one 21-11. Woodcreek moves to 3-0 on the season. All right, we're going to keep this show going. I'm not tired yet. Our next game is arguably the hottest ticket in Elk Grove. You have two teams who made their respective section title games last year, both perennial playoff squads. Oh yeah, by the way, they're both undefeated. Grab your popcorn. We're heading to the campus of Bradshaw Christian, their student section showing their patriotism on this beautiful evening. And we can't forget about the junior pride. Oh yeah, look at them. Okay, no more sugar for you guys. The 2-0 Pride welcoming in the 3-0 Sutter Huskies. Now, one of these teams will suffer their first loss of the season. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter, Sutter ball. And this dude, Losi Asiata, is so fast there's a blur on the screen. I mean, by the time he's in focus, he's getting ready to cross the goal line for 6. And just like that, the Huskies take a 7-0 lead. Now, later in the quarter, next drive for the Huskies, Asiata takes the handoff again. And watch this mean stiff arm right here. Ready for it? Just, get off. Man, he drinks milk. He nearly breaks that for a touchdown, picking up a nice gain. Now later on the drive, Asiata punches this one in for the touchdown. Sutter, they ran out to a 14-0 lead. But you know, you can't hold the pride down for long. Can't nobody hold me down. Can nobody take my... Anyway, second quarter, Bradshaw Christian in the red zone. Look at this run by Devin Hatcher. He jukes the defender, nearly runs over a referee. He's not denied as he gets in for the touchdown. That put Bradshaw Christian on the board. The Pride would come back to tie this game at 21, but Sutter able to finish strong. The Huskies win this one 42-21. Sutter moves to 4-0 on the season. Now staying in Elk Grove, next we're heading to Pleasant Grove, where the Eagles... They're welcoming in the Lincoln Trojans out of Stockton. All right, no more sugar for those kids, too. But I love their energy. What picks us up in the second quarter, Lincoln ball. Julian Perez back to pass. He's going to find Rene Garcia III across the middle for a big gain. Lincoln's offense more in rhythm than a Janet Jackson concert. Control. Anyway, they led 30-7 at the half. They go on to win this one big, upending Pleasant Grove. Congratulations to the Trojans there. Destiny Christian Academy is coming off 2 straight wins and playing some great football right now. The only thing, them Inderkum Tigers are looking pretty good right now too. We're heading to the campus of Destiny Christian Academy. The Lions seeking their 3rd straight win, but standing in their way, the 2-1 Inderkum Tigers. We're going to pick this thing up in the first quarter. Inderkum going deep. Going to the air, but it's picked up by Mr. Jermel Green. Oh, don't be mean, Mr. Green. He actually takes that back for a nice, sizable gain on the interception there. But apparently the interceptions were contagious on the night. Don't believe me, just watch. Later in the quarter, Destiny Christian on offense. The Lions looking for a receiver. They find a man, but it's the wrong man. Raymond Conrad steps in front of that, and he says, I don't know what y'all doing on this Friday night, but I got reservations for 6. We call that a good old pick 6. The Inderkum Tigers go on to win this one 31-20. The Tigers move to 3-1 on the season. The annual Holy Bowl took over Hughes Stadium at Sacramento City College. This game is between the Jesuit Marauders and Christian Brothers Falcons. And for these two proud programs, it's a pretty big deal. Now, the crowds were out in full force at Hughes Stadium, including the always active Jesuit student section. And an event this big needs a killer halftime show, which, of course, the Christian Brothers cheer squad delivered. As usual, the Holy Bowl was full of big plays like this deep connection between Jesuit quarterback Teddy Rios and sophomore tight end Elias Cherry, who made an incredible leaping catch there. That sets up the Marauders' touchdown just before halftime with senior receiver Alex Dewar. Oh man, those Dewar boys are something special. Look at him battle for the football and shrug it off. That's a big time play there. That gave Jesuit a 21-0 lead at half. But in the second half, the Falcons came out with some energy. That's quarterback Deacon Holden who hits Gunnar Marsh across the middle. And Gunnar, do your thing, brother. His legs do the rest. He sprints down the sideline, tackled just shy of the end zone. And after an effort like that, you know you got to get the ball back to him so he can get the touchdown. And that's exactly what Christian Brothers did. In the end, it was the Marauders who were able to escape with the 28-7 victory. Jesuit has now won the Holy Bowl in 6 straight seasons. Congrats to Coach Blanton and company there. What another great week it was for high school football here in the Sac-Joaquin section. Now today, we're welcoming the Roseville Tigers, who are heading into a bye week after taking on crosstown rival Woodcreek last week in the Junction Bowl. The Tigers join Matt George and I in studio. Well, as you guys can see, we have some special guests joining us here in the studio right now, and we are delighted to have the Roseville football team here on the show. And let me introduce them to you. Representing the Tigers, we actually have the senior captains in the building. We're going to start off over here. We have DeMarcus Gresham. What's up, D?
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, sir.
Right next to him, we have Colton Wolf.
What up, what up?
What's up, Colton? Love the mustache, brother. All right, going to this side, we have Trevor Kirby.
Yes, sir.
He never misses a day in the gym. Good to see you, Trev. And right next to him, the head coach, the master of this operation, the one and only Adam Rankin is here. What's up, Coach?
Hey, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being here and spending your Sunday evening with us. So, Tigers off to a 3-1 start so far this season. Things looking pretty good. You guys had some really good wins early on. As you look and just reflect on these last 4 games, what is going so well for this Tigers football team right now?
Lots of players are stepping up. You know, we had a good summer. You know, coaches put in a lot of time with us and to get us ready for the season, and we're putting it all together and coming together as a team.
You know, while most teenagers during the summer are out going to the beach, playing video games, or whatever teenagers do, you guys are grinding in 100-degree plus heat every day to get to where you're at. How has that sacrifice paid off for you guys so far this season?
I think it's been pretty worth it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. You know, I mean, if you're going to play football, you got to love the game. And it's great to be out there every day with these guys and with our whole team. You know, it's like a family out there. Coaches, players, we love each other. So we don't really see it like how other people might see it as like, oh, you know, the 100 degrees. We see it as we get to go out and play football and prep for a great season.
Now, Colton, from the time that you guys were out there working during summertime to the start of school, the start of extra training camp, and now here we are going into week 5, which is your guys' bye week. How much better has this team gotten from point A to here?
Oh, so much better. First week, you know, we're very sloppy. We're not like getting each play down, and we got like a new like program we're kind of working with. But we've definitely picked it up like a lot going into this new week.
And Coach, I mean, a lot of people are very aware of the rich history of Roseville High School and how long you guys have been around and what playing for the Tigers means. With you taking that mantle, how would you describe Roseville Tigers football? What is the essence or the identity of how Roseville wants to play?
Well, I think grit. I think we're a gritty team. I think the best thing about Roseville is the tradition. I mean, we've got people coming back year after year. Once a Tiger, always a Tiger is a real thing at Roseville High School. I mean, Colton Miller comes back every summer, and we help him put on a camp for the community. And you know, I just think the cool thing about Roseville High School is the tradition. It is the cement stands that are uncomfortable to sit in, but you have the same people there every week, some with their, not Letterman jacket, but Letterman sweaters watching the ball game. You know, Roseville's a big town, but you still get that small town vibe within our little part of the community, which I really, really love. So our Friday nights, our Tiger Cage is amazing. And once you're in, you get it, right? You understand what it's about. It's just about the tradition and what makes us different from the other schools in Roseville, which is something that I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that I got that job there, and I'm glad my girls are going to go there. It's a great community, great place to be.
In the time that you've been at Roseville, you've seen these three gentlemen up here grow underneath you. Just how proud are you of these guys and just the leadership that they have provided for this team this year?
I'm glad you asked that question. A couple years ago, we had success in the playoffs, and we've grown every year, and we've gotten better on the football field. But the one thing my staff and I talked about was creating a culture. And the class of 26, we've had really good teams before us, but the class of 26 really embraced like being a player-led, not coach-fed team, and they really helped us identify and create a culture at Roseville High School that's going to be sustainable after they leave. And I think they make my job easy. It's enjoyable. I really enjoy these young men. I've coached for over 20 years, and I've been fortunate enough to be around a lot of really cool young men. I can honestly say I'm going to really miss this class of 26. They're just really good dudes, 1 through 30 or however many seniors I got. I really enjoy these guys, but they're making my job easy, and they've laid the foundation for what it means to be a Roseville Tiger in the Coach Ranking era of the culture that we've tried to create since I've been there.
I love that. Now, you guys obviously made it to the playoffs last year, so you got a taste of that. Now, coming back this year, this is your senior season. How are you guys hoping to conclude your football careers at Roseville High? What are you guys anxious to get done this year? What is the objective?
Go all the way. This year we all talked about going out all the way, going as far as we can go as a team, but that's going to lead up to all of us coming together, playing together, and working hard day by day to get to that point.
And how far do you think this team can go?
As far as we can go. Yeah, I think we'll go all the way.
Well, Trevor, in order to get that far, you have to take advantage of every moment, right? And you guys are in your bye week now, or entering your bye week, and a lot of people assume bye week means week off, but that's not the case. It's just extra practice time. You hit it harder. There's just no game on Friday night. Yeah. So how do you guys attack a bye week? What does a bye week look like in Roseville?
It looks like any other week, really. I mean, we're still practicing every day, getting after it in the weight room, making sure to watch film, improve on anything we can. Obviously, we'll look towards the next game. Of course, we want to get back on the field, right? I mean, it's great to look forward to every Friday. But it's good to have that week off where you can kind of breathe and then take an extra week to, like, regroup and rebuild the team. Yeah.
Now, do you guys have any pregame rituals that you do or anything you guys do before games to get you loose or to get you pumped up?
Yeah, we do. We go up in the upper field. Like, we do a little pregame ritual. We stretch. We go over offensive individuals, EDDs. Then we go down to the field and we get a prayer in.
I think that, to add on to that, actually, our prayer really sets the tone for the game, too. We've got, like, our main couple guys that say it to the group, short, sweet, what we need. But we have I think it's been around for a while now, where we do Tiger Jacks. So that's kind of our pregame chant, gets everyone in the moment. And then, so it's just like doing jumping jacks, and every time you got to spell out Tigers and chant it with your whole heart, and then be as loud as you possibly can.
I can speak from firsthand experience. They're really loud, too. They're blowing out the microphone on the camera a couple of times, and I'm just trying to get some pregame shots and warm things up, and they're already loud.
I love it. Well, we know that you guys will be locked in 2 weeks when you host Deer Valley for your homecoming game. So definitely come out and support the Roseville Tigers if you want to see them in action. Their full schedule is on their website and on Max Preps. You will definitely be entertained by them. And you may see some Tiger Jacks if you come early. Thank you to the Roseville Tigers for joining the show. And what an incredible week it looks to be in the Sac-Joaquin section. Now, this week should be no different. So be sure to watch us every Friday night at 11 p.m. for highlights from all the big games across the section. And of course, we'll also have highlights on ABC10 Plus, our free 24/7 streaming app, where you can keep up to date with sports, news, and weather. I'm Kevin John. I'll see you next time.